Good morning, traders. It is Tuesday, September 13th, and I've got 6:27 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or California time, and I am just looking for the trade that I called out in my charting service to come, and when it sets up and it comes, I'm going to take the trade, and I know that most or even all of my charting subscribers will also be taking the same trade. So anyway, I will be back shortly as soon as it comes. I'm waiting for it now to set up, and when it comes and I take it, I will come back and show it to you. Okay, I've taken a long position here. I'm going to adjust the stop. I'll be right back. Okay, the stop is real tight at 33. So it's going to be a small loss if it will be a loss. Otherwise, it's going to continue to go up here. And I'm going for 60 ticks on this trade. I will come back shortly. But just to reiterate again, this trade was called out in advance in my charting service about 8.5 hours ago, roughly. I called this trade out for my charting subscribers, so that they would know to take this exact trade. So anyway, I will come back shortly to update you on the progression and of course the outcome of this trade. Just to show really quick, this isn't any sort of a replay. Let's go take a look at CNBC, and we'll go there, and then we'll take a look at oil. It's saying oil is at 45.36, and then we'll minimize this, and you'll see that I took the position at the at 45.41, so 5 ticks above where it said it was at, and because it was down here at 36 just a little bit ago, and the website's like 10 maybe 15 minutes behind, updating itself every 10 or 15 minutes, something like that. And my point is that CNBC is showing the same price as what you're seeing, corresponding with each other. That way you know it's not any sort of a replay. And then later, when I get out of the trade, going for 60 ticks on this one, I'll show the price again at CNBC, and you'll be able to see that they correspond again. Anyway, I will be back in a little while to show you the progression and of course the outcome of this trade, but the exit is up here at 46.01 for 60 ticks. Now that the market is picking back up again, and we're out of the summer, going to be able to start hitting 60, 80, and even 100 tick trades again. So I'm just playing a little bit conservative here with 60 ticks. As soon as I start hitting some of those, I'll increase it to 80 ticks, and if it really opens up here every day again, which it probably will, I'll start doing 100 tick trades again, just like I used to do. Anyway, I will be back to show you the progression, or at least the outcome of this trade. And I'd also like to reiterate that all of the financial markets all over the world, the Japanese index, the Chinese index, the American indexes, the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, gold, oil, silver, wheat, corn, everything out there, ETFs, everything there is all being controlled in advance by a computer program. Nothing is really trading. The only thing that really trades is individual stocks, like Apple, for instance. These stocks on the stock market really do trade. They really are controlled by buying and selling, and the dynamics of the buying and selling. But everything else outside of the stock market is controlled 100% by a computer program. I broke that program in the year 2006. And that's what I teach, how to read that program, how the program works, how to read it, how to watch it, and how to see where your entry is going to be based upon what the program is saying. The program gives away tells that allow you to know where to enter. And with the code 2 with oil is pretty much the only thing that has a code 2. With the code 2 with oil, it's even more valuable because you can make the bigger trades like I'm making. You can know this thing is going to go up 60 ticks. Whereas the other one, you don't know that. It's more of a much more shorter term, and you can make 10 ticks here, 15 ticks, 20 ticks, 10 ticks, and just keep doing that all day long. But it's more work. This is by far the easiest trading method. That's why I run a charting service for this, because it's very, very valuable to my charting members. Anyway, if I had my way, I would be able to wake up the world to my discovery that I discovered in 2006, that I broke the code to all of the financial markets all over the world. Unfortunately, that I realized that that's never going to happen, because the powers that be, so to speak, won't allow it to happen. They won't allow me to get that truth out there. But I'm still going to speak the truth. I'm still going to try to help people with this, and I'm still going to do the best I can to show that all of this is all real. Anyway, I will be back shortly to show you the progression and or at least the outcome of this trade, and I hope that you charting subscribers out there, which there's a lot of you now at many of my different websites, I hope that you are in this trade and hitting it. You should be, and you should be able to hit this with no problem whatsoever. Anyway, I will come back. It's come back down a bit here. One thing that's really nice though about the code 2 is that if it were to come down and hit the stop right there, that would mean by default that it's going to go the other way. In other words, it's going to go down instead of going up. So if it does come down and hit my stop of 8 ticks, I would simply go short on the trade and be able to score 60 ticks from that point. So either way, I'm going to be able to score 60 ticks here today. And that is the incredible, amazing power of knowing the code 2 for the oil futures market. In other words, knowing the secret behind the computer program that's controlling the market. You know, it's one thing I really like to get through to people is that all of the markets are all being controlled in advance by a computer. All of them. All the currencies of the world, everything. The dollar, the euro, the yen, everything is all being controlled in advance by a computer program. There is no free market. There is no trading really occurring. This is the massive scam that's taking place in the world. And just think about all the implications of what all of that means. Basically, that means that everything that you're hearing with respect to the financial system is all absolute 100% total malarkey, total BS. None of it is real. Just like money itself is total BS. I mean, there's really no such a thing as money. Money is just a means of exchange. The most successful form of money in world history is tree bark, which England had for 800 years. That was money, tree bark. Now it's tree paper. And people think that gold has value. Gold is just a metal. You can't do anything with it. It's worthless. It's meaningless. It doesn't have any value to it at all. And money only has a value if it's a means of exchange. In other words, the whole system, basically a whole entire scam from the very beginning. At its very root, it's a total scam. Anyway, that's a larger issue that I do not wish to cover at this time, but my point here is that everything you hear on CBC and Bloomberg and all these different places is all absolute nonsense. Brexit, the day before they came out with Brexit, they changed the code. They knew exactly what was going to happen. There is no voting taking place. It was already decided by somebody. the same people who were controlling the computer, because they changed the code on the computer. I could see them changing the code. Anyway, I will come back and show you the progression and or outcome of this trade, but if this comes down and hits the stop, I'm going to go short on the trade. Okay, it has come down and hit the stop, so I am now short on this position. I'm going to go for 60 ticks from this point. Let me readjust the stop. I'll be right back. Okay, unfortunately on this particular trade, I have to use a fairly large stop here, all the way up at 76. That is a 46 tick stop, which is, you know, not normal for me to use that large of a stop, but on this particular trade I just simply don't have any choice. It is moving and it is going to drop out here, and it'll go down 60 ticks, no problem whatsoever, and hit the exit very, very easily. So anyway, I will be back to show you the progression, or at least the outcome of this trade. But this is one of the beautiful things about the Code 2, is that one way or another you can mathematically figure it out to which way it will go. Now I was pretty sure it was going to go up. The code showed the Code 1 that it was going to go up, so I jumped in going up, but Code 2 has proven itself that it is going to go down mathematically. So I am short in the position, ready to write it down 60 ticks from this point. I will come back and show you this trade. Okay, as you can see, it's dropping down good here. Just needs to break below the bottom down here, and then it should be a fairly quick ride down. And I gotta get down to 44.70 to hit the 60 tick exit. So anyway, I will come back and show you the progression and or at least the outcome of this trade. And for all of you charting members out there, you should know exactly what happened. I just explained this last Friday in my charting service in my daily video, and so you should have seen it happen and went short basically right when I went short. So I hope that these videos are also helping you to learn within the charting, and that you will be able to do this just as you see me doing it. It's really not very hard at all. Just take a little bit of practice, a little bit of study, and you'll be able to do it yourself. Do it with me, doing it yourself. So anyway, I will be back to show you the progression, or at least the outcome of this trade. Okay, it's getting semi-close to the exit here. It's up at 90. The exit's down here at 20. Just got 20 more ticks to go to hit the exit. I'll come back. Okay, it's almost there. Got about 10 ticks to go here. I'll come back when the trade makes it. Just wanted to show really quick that it's popping back up here. Still gonna hold it. Still holding for the 60 ticks. It will make it. And the reason why I know that it will make it, because I know how the computer works behind the movement. If you didn't know that, you would certainly want to get out to lock in some profit. But if you get out here, you're only going to lock in a little bit of profit. Versus if you hit the exit, you're going to lock in a lot of profit. That's the power of knowing the codes. Especially Code 2 with respect to the oil market. Anyway, I will come back. This is probably going to take a while. Probably another hour or 2 or 3 even. But it'll make it to the exit. I'll come back. Okay, the trade is almost there again. It just needs to break below this low, and it's just a few ticks down to the exit. So, almost there. The real power, though, is not only knowing where to enter, but also how many ticks you can get. That's very, very important. And that way you can just put your exit out there and just let it go. And hit it with amazing, incredible accuracy that only could happen if it was controlled in advance by a computer. If this was actually trading, you couldn't hit anywhere near that level of accuracy. Nothing even close. because trading is far too dynamic. It changes all the time. It can go up and down, and there's no way to know which way it will actually go. With any real accuracy, that is. Anyway, I will be back. But this system is like a gift to all traders in the world. It is like the ultimate way to trade if you want to make money. Now, if you want to trade for the challenge of it, the fun and the challenge, this really isn't very good for that because there's not a tremendous amount of challenge there. You'd want to trade stocks, for instance. That would be a good challenge, and you know, more fun with respect to getting it right and stuff like that. This is just basic mathematics and not really too much fun. It's only good for making money is all it's good for. Okay, it's popped back up here on me again. It's really not being very nice to me today. So what I've done is I've gone for a little more conservative exit. Instead of 70, I'm gonna go for 80, which puts me at 50 ticks. So as it comes back down here, it'll get me out right here at the bottom at 44.80. And I'll just forget about the last 10 ticks because it may, it is a mathematical possibility that it'll use this as a bottom and come back up again. It is possible, so I don't want to chance it. And otherwise, if it is going to continue to go lower, it may take a while before it does it, and I don't want to wait for it. So just going to go for 50 ticks on this trade. I'll be back. But just to quickly show, it did go down to 77 right there. So that was 7 ticks away from my exit. Very close, but didn't make it. Should be able to hit this 80 though, and hopefully it'll do it fairly soon. I'll come back. I called out 2 trades within my charting service, and it is a possibility right now that the second trade will show a long entry. I'm just watching it, waiting for it to set up. If it does give a long entry, I will go ahead and reverse the position and go long. Otherwise, hopefully it's just going to get me out here for the 50 ticks, and I'm going to call it a day. Almost there. I'll come back. I probably should pull this exit right here and go for the original 60 and even 70 ticks, but it's 10:35 p.m. to me, and I really just want to call it a night here because I'm getting tired. So I'm just going to go for the 50 here and call it a day. It does look like we've got a short entry off of the second code 2 trade that I called, but it's not 100% for sure yet. I just want it to come down to 80, get me out here, and then I'm all done for today. Okay, I have decided to go ahead and exit the trade here. It's getting late for me. It's 10:45 now, and I don't want to wait any longer. Let's go over to CNBC real quick and go take a look at the price. Okay, here is CNBC. Let's go inside here. You'll see it says that oil is currently at 44.95. And let's go take a look. That's exactly where it's at right now, 44.95. So, as you can see, both times CNBC corresponded with the price that you are seeing, and this proves that what you're seeing isn't any sort of a replay at all. This is the real deal. And let's go back and take a look at CNBC real quick. I'm here to let the world know, or let anybody that is listening to me, that all of these markets that you see, the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, the DAX, the FTSE, the Asian markets, the Nikkei, the Shanghai, everything, oil, natural gas, gold, all of the FX markets, all the currencies of the world, everything bonds, everything. All ETFs, electronically traded funds, everything is 100% being controlled by a computer program. And here's the thing, they're all controlled by the same computer program. Now they have different codes on different days, but it's all the same program. Once you've broken the code to the computer program, you know the code for all of them. It's the same thing. Now, code 2 is only really good for oil. You can use a code 2, and I discovered the code 2 on the Euro US dollar. The US dollar JPY also has a code 2 to it, but it's nowhere near as good. This code 2 on the Euro US dollar is a pretty good code 2. That's really the only way that you'd want to trade the Euro US dollar, is by using the code 2. Code 1, I wouldn't bother with it to trade the Euro US dollar. Of course, the JBP also has a code to it as well. They all of the Forex does. But the code 2 for oil is superior. It's a better code 2. There's more of them. And that's why oil is better than trading the Forex. With other reasons too. But, this is something that a lot of people don't know. Did you know that the Forex market that controls all the money of the world is the only market in the world that has no oversight to it? There's no oversight to it whatsoever. They can do anything they want. This is not good for a trader. This has oversight to it. All of the futures does. It has oversight to it, and these are the indexes for the markets. Indexes. And it all has an oversight to it, of course. I choose to trade oil because it has a code 2. Nothing else really does, except for the Forex, which I don't like to trade. So anyway, I'm here to tell anyone that wants to listen that I broke the code in 2006, and that all financial markets all over the world are all being controlled in advance by a computer program. And I can just tell you this, there's a lot of people out there who are in the know about this, who you see on television, etc., and they choose not to speak the truth. That is their choice. They have made their choice. And unfortunately for them, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. All I'm going to do is speak the truth. I broke the code 10 years ago. I am here teaching traders around the world how to use this code, how it works, and how to profit from it in the financial markets. In my opinion, it would be crazy to trade without using the codes. Unless, of course, you're going to trade individual stocks like Apple or IBM or some other stock, Qualcomm, or some other stock like that. The codes will not work on individual stocks because they really do trade. You have to be a good trader to trade them. Otherwise, trading anything else, the indexes, ETFs, gold, oil, Forex, anything, you would absolutely want to know how the codes work and to take advantage of them. Anyway, I am going to go. It's late here for me, and I will be back tomorrow and to do some more trading on Wednesday. I'll do some more trading, and also, of course, I'll be doing the charting in not too long from now. A little over 12 hours from now, I'll be doing the charting and to call out the trade in advance for Wednesday. Anyway, hope your traders are doing well. Hope you're being inspired by the codes. I hope you charting subscribers out there hit the trade today. You should have been able to do it. And as the market picks back up and opens up more, this will get easier and easier, of course. Summertime was a bit tough because it was so tight, but it'll definitely get easier. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Hope your traders are doing well. Happy trading out there.